All right, and I believe we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live from PorcFest, New Hampshire. And let's welcome Joe Sass, who's joining me here at PorcFest for the first time. How you liking it, Joe? Right up your alley, huh?
Yeah, right up my alley. This is great. This can smoke a cigar early in the morning and no one cares.
Yeah, and I was gonna say something else, but let's not get this channel banned. Yeah, so once again, for the third year in a row, I'm here to educate the shitcoiners because this place has been completely infiltrated by everything and anything that's not Bitcoin. So here we go. I'm wearing my shitcoin minimalist hat. Absolutely love this hat. We need to get these on sale on the Tone Vays store. And yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. The panel is going to take place in a couple of hours, maybe in 3 hours. I may or may not stream it, and I will try to record it. I'll try to do something. So hopefully it'll be good. All right, let's go to screen share. Boom. So here's where we are, PorcFest. A few less people this year. Probably not going to take a group photo like this, but I do like the fact that there are a fair amount of people here, and I haven't seen a single person wear a mask, which is kind of good to see, actually. Pretty much everyone here realizes that there's a lot of bullshit going on with this stuff. But I'm enjoying my time. I'm glad I came. All right, here we go. Let me get this out of the way. Go there. Joe's going to keep an eye on your live chat. If there's any questions, let me save my bandwidth by pausing that. And we could keep an eye on how many live viewers we have. And right now, 240.
Hit the likes.
Yeah, hope the audio and video stream are coming in good and clear. All right, guys, before I begin, just a heads up, if you want to support, please check out the affiliate page. And we're going to be talking some trader. Now, because Joe is not here remotely, and I have been a little too busy to get my trader account up and running, unfortunately, we may not be able to take a look because I don't remember my login and password, even though I have it. So unfortunately, we will have to do another episode later this weekend where Joe is going to pull up his laptop and he'll do screen share for trader. Probably should have done that, should have coordinated better. Anyway, the Embly card is the other option. All right, let me not chill too much. Oh, God, I gotta get rid of this. Okay, here we go. I forgot how to do these on the road. It's so much harder. Let's look at the long picture using hyperwaves. We are still consolidating. Nothing has really changed for Bitcoin. I'm very curious how, oh wait, I gotta plug in my laptop to charge. Nothing's really changed for the 8th week in a row. We are consolidating below the rejection trend line. Oh, are we dropping?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Fucking hot fire. Oh shit.
All right, let's go take a look. Here's the weekly scale. The weekly scale. Oh, she went to the store.
She'll be back soon. She left maybe 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, she stepped away. She said she was going to the store and she'll be back. Oh, you see her? All right, cool. All right, just helping out lost kids. Okay. So here's the weekly scale. We are continuing to be rejected for the 8th week in a row, but we got to go to a lower time scale. Right here is the daily. As you can see, as I mentioned yesterday, the RSI, there it is. The RSI, did you see her? Find her? No? The RSI is dropping below a very critical level, and this is not good. This is a pretty bearish sign for Bitcoin. Let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart is now fully below the triangle. Hi.
Do any of you have my mom's number?
No, we don't, unfortunately.
There's a guy on the golf cart, but he might be down at the house over there. What was his name again?
I mean, she'll be back very, very soon.
I would say wait. Yeah,
she said just she'd be back. Hang out.
Yeah, I just need to know if I can go to the sauce with my friends.
Oh, probably you want to wait for your mom.
Just wait. She'll be back soon.
Yeah. So we are falling below the triangle right here. You can see the short-term moving average, I believe, which is the 50-period moving average, has now turned and is sliding down. There's really no way I can fudge this triangle anymore to make it bullish, especially if we close in this vicinity today. People have been pointing to a descending triangle using this as the horizontal low, and this is the horizontal low, and this is the horizontal low, while sloping it down that way. We can maybe play around with it right now to try to pull that off. And you would go, that's your top. This is the downward sloping line. I can lower this like that. So that's 3 perfect touches going down. And now what we need is to try and come up with a horizontal line. And we can do this. A little harder, actually, because I have the magnet turned on.
Don't give that kid your hat. Not the kids that were.
Oh, yeah. I know. And I can do this. And now we have a descending triangle. I'm not a big fan of this descending triangle, guys, to be honest with you. It's not that the triangle doesn't fit the criteria. The reason why I'm not a fan of this triangle, and a lot of people are drawing it from what I've seen in at least my chat groups, the reason why I'm not a fan of this triangle is that it kind of avoids all of this consolidation beforehand. And I don't like avoiding, like ignoring all of this consolidation beforehand. It feels like this consolidation, whatever pattern you draw off of the last, I guess, month worth of data, has to also incorporate the prior month's worth of data, because it's just like right there alongside it. So I'm not a huge fan of this triangle, but it is there. And in which case it would indicate a drop down to this support area here. Either way, this is not a good sign. If you look, we have a red 2 going below a red 1, which indicates the potential for a short trade going into a bearish trend. God, how do I get rid of these things? Here's the 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart is dropping. This is.
Oh, we're getting buy signals now.
We're getting buy signals. Oh, Joe's on Trader on the phone.
Yeah.
All right.
Starting to get probes.
Joe's getting buy signals, but I, even though I've kind of killed the triangle idea, I don't like this. This looks very, very bad to me. I'm not going to say this is like a inverse or regular head and shoulders or anything like that, but just from a general perspective, we have a low, support, 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 support yesterday, last night, and now the support is cracking. This is very, very bad. Under normal situation, this is an acceleration to the downside. Normally, we will, unfortunately, I didn't realize that we're going to talk order books with Joe, but we may have to do that tomorrow and maybe do this off of Joe's laptop instead. GBTC is trading, and of course, it's going to go down. I will probably load up on that in the near future. And nothing interesting here. Gold. Gold is dropping once again. I was very optimistic on gold. I still have a long position in gold. I'm still positive about gold. Interesting that it's dropping. I'm very curious what the S&P looks like once we get to it. Oil is consolidating again. I think oil is going to dip down a bit. I want to get to the S&P 500. Well, yesterday was a very strange day. I was with Joe, and Joe, you were there when I was like dumbfounded. How in the world is the S&P rising? How in the world? Like, it was down like 30 points yesterday in the morning, and then it closed the day like 25 points on the upside, and it didn't make any sense to me. So now we're back to looking at the daily S&P. I really can't keep holding my short in the S&P because of time decay. I didn't buy enough time, and as an options expert, I should have known better. I always buy extra time, but I guess I was too confident in the bearish move of S&P, and I didn't think it would take a month for the bear to assert itself. But this is really bad. In a way, yesterday's candle, by flipping to a positive green 1, and today's candle creating a red 1, if we close anywhere near this red line, I will have to hold my short through the weekend, because I will be expecting a major drop in the S&P. Oh, we're going lower.
This thing's falling off a cliff right now.
Yeah, and I think the S&P is driving it. Let's go to the 10-minute chart.
Here's another signal. I think I might start stacking soon.
Yeah, so the S&P is dropping hard. I'm kind of happy about this. I still have my short position. Should probably look at my broker. And yeah, this is my line in the sand. If we go back to the daily chart, 10 a.m. or past 10 a.m. Look at the daily chart. This could be the new low close. This red line is sitting right at the last low close. It is at 3,020-ish or so. It's in around that area. Where was this close? This close was 3,017. So a close today below 3,017 is a big problem. A close below this dotted green support line of exactly 3,000 is a bigger problem. I believe that it's coming, and the latest stats on COVID are not good. So it looks like, infections, I guess. What do you call those things? I guess we call them infections, right?
Virus?
Well, whatever. So people are catching it catching it at a higher rate now. And while it is the summer, and the summer season is supposed to slow it down, this is not a good sign going into the spring, going into the fall. Maybe it's too early. We're hanging out last night. So back to the daily chart on the cash market, and the same applies. I'm not sure what this red line, oh, that's my stop loss line. I don't know why it's in red. That should be in blue. My stop losses are usually in blue. Otherwise, I confuse myself as to what they mean. That's not light enough. That's too light. Jesus. Don't they have like normal blue? All right, that's better.
I just took some low long exposure right now.
You're going long.
Yeah.
All right, Joe's going long on Bitcoin right now.
Low exposure. Very low capital risk exposure.
I would not. Let me go to Bitcoin, lower level time frames. Oh, see, this is why I would not. Joe's using the order book, so I'm sure it can bounce. But for me, if I'm using the 4-hour chart, I'm on a 4 of 9. Countdown is there. We're breaking prior swing lows. This is not where I would be buying on a 4-hour chart, and no two traders would ever agree. We can certainly bounce. And if I go to the 1-hour chart, let me see what the counts look like. This looks like a red 3 or a 2. Yeah, so I would not be buying this either. Notice how the 1-hour chart, look at that, Joe. The 1-hour chart bounces right off a 9. We have a 1 to 4 candle, correction-ish. And now we're going down, starting a new count.
Yeah.
So the hourly chart tells me to not to buy and stay short. And the 10-minute chart could be the only savior here. But Joe is a short-term trader.
Yeah, this is a scalp. I'm just a quick scalpy corn farmer.
The 10-minute chart is telling me that sometime this hour, there could certainly be a buying opportunity.
We're getting a 9 in 2 candles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we're not getting a 9.
Yeah. There's no way we're not, unless it rallies really hard and then you do really well in your trade. So the 10-minute chart is starting to get in Joe's favor, and a 5-minute chart could be bouncing off a 9 right now, to be honest with you. It could be. I'm not sure. So this is a very big downtrend.
Yeah, it looks like I might have skipped one or something.
Let me see.
Nope.
Oh, it's on a 6. Okay, so
good.
good.
A 9 by it.
Yeah, right there, and it just went right through it. So it's possible. Here's a 5-minute. That was a nice correction right there. The 8 made the ultimate low. You got a little bit of a bounce. I would still, I would not be buying here. We're going to be in a trading competition, hopefully. So where is it? Do I even have it here? The financial summit. So in a trading competition, Joe would be going long, and I would probably be in a short trade, and we would see who would be winning that competition. Hey, Tone, can you put MAs on S&P, compare with Dow Jones? Yeah, we can take a look at that. If you guys are curious about what trading competition I'm talking about, a lot of people bring their dogs here, which is awesome.
Shout out to Zach.
I'm going to hype it up a little bit. I'm not hyping up too much. So thefinancialsummit.com. I'm not going to promote much, but at the Financial Summit, we will have a trading competition where it will be a 6-hour evening trading competition, evening there, morning in the US. And where are we here? Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of hedge funds here, which is gonna be awesome. But yeah, there will be a trading competition involved. So anyway, those curious can read over the Financial Summit website. All right, let's get back to Bitcoin short term. Keep an eye on this. This is a 5-minute scale. And it looks like there is a little bit of life right here. Like I said, I would be using the higher level timescales, and higher level timescales are telling me that we're not ready to bounce yet. At the same time, it's all about the S&P, and the S&P is bouncing. Here's the 10-minute S&P. The 10-minute S&P bounced, and what a surprise, Bitcoin slowed down its crash. It's incredible how correlated they are. Like I'm just watching the markets, and the 10-minute S&P right there, boom, 9 came in the following candle. Look, this is a big drop. It fell a lot, very, very quickly, very, very early. I'm not ready to exit my short, even though I'm not even logged in to exit it if I wanted to. But once we get off the podcast, I'm going to check my trading account because, like I said, I would be so confident in this trade if I didn't have time decay working against me. So the other option that I can do is I can exit all my puts and just rebuy puts with an extra month of time, which is something I'm considering. I really wanted to just exit this trade and look for either take a break from trading or look for other opportunities. So we're watching the S&P. Moving averages on the S&P. Okay, so let me open these up. So here's the daily S&P. I'm not sure what these averages are. Let's take a look. These are the 20, the 50, and the 200, the standard traditional. So here we are, the 50. No, that's the 200. So we are way above the 50-period moving average. That's the purple. And we have now dropped below the 20, which is turning to the downside. So the 200 is decent support, 200-day, but the 200-day is totally flat. And I'm not a fan of a flat moving average supporting the price. So for me, the 200-day moving average is somewhat meaningless for the S&P 500 right now. So that means I am looking at a bearish trend into the 50-period moving average to see if that is going to bounce the price. And the 20 has already turned, and we dropped below it. We had a full candle below it, which did not happen here. It had kind of happened here, but this is like a borderline case. But right here, we are clear. S&P has clearly lost the 20-period daily moving average. I can go and take a look at the NASDAQ, and we can pull up its. Let me see what the numbers are. Should be the same, 20, 50, 200. And the NASDAQ moving averages are beautiful. They're nothing like the S&P. This, like, if you didn't know any better, like you would think that these are two completely different things. Like they look nothing alike. Like absolutely nothing. I can't believe. Oh, sorry, this is the weekly. So my bad. This is the weekly part. So the weekly moving averages on the NASDAQ are incredibly bullish. Incredibly bullish. Let me go to the daily chart on the NASDAQ. A little bit closer, but still, it's still incredibly bullish. The NASDAQ is moving averages look very good. How about the Dow Jones? DJI. So here's the daily Dow Jones. And the daily Dow Jones looks so different than the S&P and the NASDAQ. I really wish Tyler was here. I can't think of a single point in history where the moving averages between the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow, were completely different. This is absolutely incredible. The daily Dow Jones has lost the 200. It has lost the 20, but it can still be supported by the 50. So the 50 is kind of in line between the two of them, but that's it. Crypto Bunny is saying tech stocks are saving my portfolio. Well, let's see how long that will happen. But I can see the tech stocks saving people's portfolios because as the little local economy is collapsing completely and your mom and pop shops are never going to reopen, everyone's going to be buying online. So if you have an online business, you're doing fine. The Tone Vays business, which has become a fully online business over the last 6-8 months, I mean, my business doesn't change. Like, I'm not saying I'm doing more business or less business. I wasn't doing that much, but this doesn't affect my business. So this doesn't really affect Amazon's business. In fact, it probably helps it. All right, let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, Joe, good call.
Yeah, nasty, huh?
Good call. Joe bought right near the lows, right?
Yep. In 90.30.
You got 90.30?
Yeah.
So Joe bought at 90.30. So let's put a line in there. So Joe went in long, 90.30. We're on a magnet again, but what I can do is, and this should be green. We'll make this green, and we're gonna go to coordinates, and we're gonna make this 90.30, 3-0. So Joe went long. Oh, that's the caps button. That's the tab button. And let's go 9-0-3-0. And you bought because of order book, right? Which I don't see.
Yeah, 90.30 and 90.38. So my average is 90.34, equal amounts.
Okay, so your average is 90.34.
Yeah.
Thanks for the late information.
Yeah, no. I didn't know if that second one executed. The second one did execute on a nice little wick. That's why I like futures perpetuals, because they tend to wick a little more than spot.
All right, so Joe is in on an average entry of 90.34, so that's pretty good. Do you have an exit plan?
Right now, I'm actually starting to get a little concerned, but I think I'm just going to put in a stop loss. Like I said, this is only a 2x trade, low risk exposure here.
2x is very low risk.
Yeah, so you just
that was going to be my next question, what your leverage is. So what do you think of stop loss? Are you setting a break-even stop loss at this point?
It'd probably be down
942,
9,000, 9,000, 8,999, just to really be safe. Because if we break that level, we're definitely.
I'm sorry. Say again.
8,999.
Oh, so you haven't moved up your stop loss above break even yet? You're you're still under the price.
When I put a stop loss, I put a stop loss there, assuming I'm not going to lose money. But you know, a stop loss to me is I don't really raise it into profit. I just prepare my limit exit, and I'm getting pretty damn close. It's the ratio between.
Okay, so your stop loss is still down here.
Yeah, I would put that.
I have it at 8988 or something.
Sure,
so a little bit higher, right?
Just below 9,000, because once we break that, then
I agree.
It's going to break loose.
I agree. So your stop loss is.
I might even exit here soon, just to say I made, you know, had some long exposure and took some profit.
All right, so right there. So this is just below 9,000. So, and this is the kind of stuff I teach in my, and you've watched my risk leverage and position management course.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I've watched. Let's see. There's a number of hours of videos. I mean, it's all great stuff, fantastic stuff.
Right. So you're risking a 0.38%. That's not bad at all. And I'm gonna be completely reteaching this course. It's up for sale now. Risk, leverage, money, and position management. This is the stop losses, entries, how to not get wrecked. Basically, I hate the way Ugly Old Goat uses the term wrecked. I actually don't like the way you use the term wrecked either, Joe. Look, the word wrecked is meant to be used as actually getting wrecked.
Like annihilation.
So, right. So like if you get wrecked, it means you're not trading for probably months, if not years or ever. That's wrecked. If you got liquidated and then you say, I'm going to go back in tomorrow, that's not wrecked. That's proper position management. So that's what happens to Ugly. Ugly will lose like 2 Bitcoin on a trade through full liquidation. He's like, oh, I got wrecked. So what are you doing today, Ugly? You got wrecked yesterday. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm gonna go in with 3 Bitcoin in the same trade. That's not wrecked, right? Like that's like, yeah, damn it, I got liquidated, but I only lost 2% of my trading balance, and therefore I'm doing it again because I know I'm right. So
I agree with you. I have been misusing the term. I don't get wrecked in the traditional way. I live to fight another trade every single time. So wrecked is the improper term.
Yeah, wrecked was me in 2000 and at the end of 2006 because I kept shorting the housing market and the home builders and the real estate market from late 2005, and I completely got wrecked, and I ran out of money in late 2006, going into 2007, and I had to go get a job, and that job was in Bear Stearns, which a year and a half later completely collapsed due to the crash in the real estate market. So there you go. So that's Tom Vays getting wrecked. Are you?
I'm fine.
Please. All
I'm listening to you.
right. So be very careful with how people use the term wrecked. If you have proper risk management, you're never actually going to get wrecked. All right. So and you kind of have to take these two courses if you're going to do it together. All right. Back to price. Let's look at Bitcoin. Joe, you getting out or what? This is not
No,
good.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm getting consistent signals here, so I'm willing to keep my limited exposure in place. I could take a small profit here, but the thing is, I just really feel like this thing's gonna jet us right back up to 91.60 or something. It's gonna be fast, and I think I'm gonna be able to get out a lot cleaner.
Oh boy, look at the S&P, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is so. So here's what I would do if I was Joe. Considering I would have never taken that trade to begin with, but Joe did take the trade and he was profitable. The Tone Vays trading rule number 3, Tone Vays rule number 3 of trading. Once you've earned more money than you were risking, Joe was risking 0.38% or $35 on a price of Bitcoin. If I flip this arrow around to up to $35, you can see that Joe was making more than he was risking. I'm already giving away basically my course, but that's okay. The moment I am earning more than I'm risking, I want to make sure this trade can't lose me any money. So I am now raising that stop loss to break even because now I have nothing to lose. If it touches that blue line, I am out, break even, and no big deal. Because with the S&P dropping that hard, look, if Bitcoin goes up from here, great. But if it goes down, if we come back towards the entry point, I just can't see it like doubling up here. Look at this volume spike. And the volume spike is on a doji candle, last candle. These are 5-minute candles.
Okay.
We can also go to 10-minute candles. 10-minute candles are in your favor, Joe, because this was an 8 and a 9's coming up.
Yeah, that's why I'm willing to wait. I feel like in these falling knife scenarios, there's that little bit of period of time where people are unsteady,
right?
And then people just jump in and swoop.
2 minutes from now, Joe is in a good position because the momentum of the 10-minute could end next candle, even though on this candle or next candle, we can still drop kind of hard. The volume is accelerating here, though you do have a little bit of favor. In 2 minutes, this candle is going to flip. At the same time, I am watching the S&P. I am very tempted to look at my trading account to see how I'm doing because I don't want this to rally. But as I've been saying all morning, the daily chart, this is bad.
Yeah.
That line, this is like the last line of support for the S&P. This looks completely horrible, and it's Friday. So unless you're expecting the Fed to save the market once again, by this time announcing they're just going to straight up buy equities, which they're not going to do. I think the Fed, they can't keep doing that. It just looks bad. It looks bad to the world that the Federal Reserve is supporting the stock market. So I think they're going to cool it. And if they come back with statements that blatantly support the stock market, I don't see that happening until the market falls, down to that $2,600 area, and the lows are once again in danger. But I'm finally getting my drop. I just wish I had more time on my options. If we drop down to 29.50, I will have to take half of my position off the table. As much as I want to hold it through the weekend and watch the massacre on Monday, I can't take the risk of time decay. So I either gotta push my options forward or take some profit because the risk becomes too much. All right, back to Bitcoin. There's your 9.
Just so you know, this is what's keeping me in.
Yeah, you got another. You're getting some good bullish signals here.
See that band right there? How green it is? That ratio is a 54-to-5 ratio of bids to asks. And that's usually a good time when the market's going to start to reverse after we just hit something like closer to 65.
Right. I gotta move this. I gotta Oh, wait. So I can't move that. I gotta move this, slide this arrow over so that it's not in the way. Or I can move it forward so it's not in the way. I don't like this, Joe. You just got a brand new low close on a 5-minute and you're going lower and you're about to hit that stop loss that I would have moved up.
Yep. Every trade is uncomfortable. That's one thing. You know, every single trade is a risk. Every single trade has the potential to lose you money. So obviously you have to factor that into your equation. But you know, I got to take my signal.
Yeah, I am also looking at the higher level time frames, like the 4-hour, and the 4-hour looks absolutely horrendous to me.
Yeah.
The 4-hour looks horrible. We have a brand new 4-hour low close. Assuming the 4-hour closes here, we have 1 hour and 18 minutes to go. If we close here, that's a brand new 4-hour low close.
Yeah.
Going back to May 25th, so that's a month. And today is already June 26th. So a brand new low close. What do we got?
Motorist, where is he?
Well, at least Danny Sessions isn't here. Always photobombs me with like a Dash poster. We saw a guy yesterday wearing like Dash glasses. Saw a guy with a Ripple shirt. Holy shit. That shirt looked like it was about 20 years old.
Yep.
And for the first time in my life, I see a all right, there's like a kid on the ground crying because she fell and there's no adults around.
I can jump off. Oh shit.
No, I think it's
Okay.
resolved.
Yeah. That looks clear.
Getting resolved. Yeah, so we're definitely in a libertarian event. All right. So this 4-hour candle close, if we close here, is not good. The daily is not good. Like all signs pointing to the beginning of a downtrend for Bitcoin, not the end of one. All higher level time frames are pointing to this. The weekly, everything is kicking off the downtrend. This is not good. The CMF looks bad. We already talked about the daily RSI. Here is the weekly MACD, but the weekly MACD is always late. It's the last one to turn. And so that could take a little while. The weekly RSI is, it's still okay, but it's got plenty of downside to go. Like just everything is starting to turn to the downside. That is not good at all for Bitcoin. Now let's go back to the lower level time frames, 10 minutes. You got that 9 on a 10-minute, man. I mean, there's always hope. It's a nice looking reversal candle. You came close to where my new stop loss would have been. Anything interesting in the live chat there?
No, just normal stuff.
Once again, Joe and I are at PorcFest, New Hampshire. And Joe's in a long trade right now. I would have not done it, but he's using order books, not my trading strategy. But you got to find your own strategy. Boom, there you go, Joe.
Yeah, I know it's giving me
got
my
a
reversal,
nice pop there. The S&P is holding off. I can't believe yesterday was an update. That bothered me so much. I mean, Joe was with me.
He was bothered. He was bothered. He couldn't stop looking at it.
I'm like, holy shit.
I don't know what he was looking at more, navigation or the S&P.
Yo, motorist, how are you, buddy? Come on in.
What's going on? Are we on screen share?
Well, on screen share, but you're in that little box there in the corner there. Got Bitcoin motorist here that convinced us to come.
Yeah, I talked them into it. So I'm absconding from my responsibilities right now because I saw Tone was streaming. So I ran up here up the hill to come see what's up for a second. But yeah, I got to go back downstairs to.
Who's your guest?
I had to grab her because she follows me everywhere. So this is Whitney. So she's my little helper down there helping me run the pavilion. But we'll be on a panel here in a couple hours with Tone, Joe, and myself and Chris Pacey.
And I got my shitcoin minimalist hat.
Oh man, you're gonna troll Chris with that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the S&P is bouncing here a little bit. But this is that Mendoza line, right here, and there it is, 316. That's the line. That's my line in the sand. We close below this line today. I am bearish over the weekend, and like I said, I have not taken my profit. My trade is definitely in profit right now, but after the weekend, I would need this to be lower. Otherwise, my trade may no longer be in profit, and that's the danger of time decay, which is why option trading is so freaking dangerous. Joe, it's tough to learn options trading, but you trade crypto, so it's.
Yeah, I know. I kind of
And
specialize in one thing.
you specialize in something else. That's not going to be a thing. All right, guys, back to Bitcoin. Nice bounce right here. Nice bounce.
Oh wow, that's getting violent. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you're getting a very good bounce here, and
Oh yeah.
and
That's what I wanted.
now it's looking great.
Yeah, let's get that 9160.
You got yeah, that's you got that 9 on a 5-minute. You got the 9 on a 10-minute. This could certainly bounce back to 91.20, 91.30 fairly easily. The stock market is also reversing. That's helping you, and this trade's looking good. Yeah. Dude, you picked it up nicely. Like I said, I would not have taken that short trade, sorry, that long trade on a short-term scale, but Joe did well, really well. His signals of order book, which we're going to get into tomorrow. We're going to have you log in into Trader. You can probably log in from my laptop. We'll have it prepped.
Yeah, yeah. I can set you up with the template and everything.
Or Joe and I later today will set up my account to make it look like his. Which probably be a good time for me to like actually learn how to use that platform, since I do somewhat promote it, and it's useful. It's useful data information. Yeah, let's see how this candle closes. I'm very curious. This is a 5-minute candle. The 10 minutes in your favor as well.
Yeah, no, okay,
right there. So
I used to trade TD on the 15-minute. See if you can indulge me with the 15-minute chart.
Oh yeah, the 15.
Yeah, that was my bread and butter there. Let's see, what do we got on the 15? Probably a 7, 8.
No, probably a 9 as well, or an 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it could be a 7. Let's see, it's loading. Gotta get this. Yep, and an 8.
An 8. Yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yeah. And you got 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'll take that every time.
Yeah, you caught a nice scalp here right at the low. Yeah, Joe's been doing that fairly well. I'm not a scalp trader. I'm gonna have like the worst odds to win the trading competition because that's not my style. It's either gonna be me or Ugly will have like the worst odds, because Ugly is also not like a 5-minute trader. But you and Socrates have the advantage on us on the scalp trades.
Let's just say I'm not worried about anyone. I know this is just that calm before that pump storm. We had one earlier.
S&P's going back down.
So yeah, huge. Oh man, I just wish we had more volume data on this because on this I have volume by side, so I can see exactly how many sellers there were at the time. So it's looking a little reversally. This is so correlated. Look at this. We're getting the inverted hammer too. What an interesting time to be a student of markets.
All right, so let's see. Any other interesting comments?
It's just been kind of just chat. Does a bear trade?
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, they were somebody was showing the Big Lebowski last night serving White Russians, but we didn't make it to that. We were hanging out, smoking cigars.
Oh, we played
drinking
chess.
Tequila. God, I gotta get my chess game up. Everyone's been beating me. So bad. I'm a bad nerd.
Tones beat me twice. I finally beat him once.
2000.
What's up?
The game Chess Master 2000.
Yeah, no, I kind of like, for me, it's like a social thing. It's like poker. Like I just want to play with my friends.
No, all right, so there's a video game like Chess Master 2000.
Ah.
It's a chess game, but in it they have Chess Academy. It's taught by a chess grandmaster who's actually. You saw the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer or whatever?
I have not, but I've been to like Iceland where they like talked about him a lot. He's buried there.
Well, not Bobby Fischer.
Not Bobby Fischer. It was
the movie's called Searching for Bobby Fischer. Actually, has nothing to do with Bobby Fischer.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
They're searching for the next Bobby Fischer, and the kid whose story they tell in the movie is the kid who is the person who teaches you chess.
Oh.
And
Learning about chess
And
here, guys.
he just teaches you real principles. He doesn't teach you openings or anything like that. He just teaches you like different principles of the game, and it's like it's really cool.
Very cool. Thank you. Wow,
Okay.
we're right on that line, man. We bounced. We were right on that line. That 3016 line on the S&P. Very critical. Let's go
Yeah.
back to Bitcoin.
And it bounced, yeah. And just a quick
I should
note.
probably look at them side by side here. Oh, you're turning back down, man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
willing to ride this.
This is gonna be
So we have 954 watching.
Yep.
We got 126 likes. Yo, everyone show some love and hit that like button just right underneath the video. We're here for you during this
Ash
volatile
C
time.
saying, please see my question, but it's hard for me to see your question. So there it is. Does Bitcoin need to crash further to raise in dominance and crush altcoins out of the market? Do you see it playing out differently? See, it's a very tricky how you raise that question. Does Bitcoin need to crash further to kill shitcoins? The answer is no, it doesn't have to. Look, Bitcoin will kill shitcoins regardless. It's all about will it do it sooner or later? So if Bitcoin crashes down to say 5 or 4,000, yes, it will kill the shitcoins faster than if Bitcoin rises from here. Either way, the shitcoins are going to die. It's a matter of how soon they will die. And a crash in Bitcoin will kill them faster, sure, but it's not necessary. So that's why the phrasing of that question is tricky. Now, hey, candle's bouncing again, man.
Yeah,
You're holding in there. It's this is why we have stop losses. And if this candle closes higher than the prior candle, I would normally begin to raise that stop loss. But that's me. My style of trading is different than Joe's.
I often say in trading, you gotta, like that Bruce Lee quote, you gotta be the water. You know, you gotta be able to react to whatever situation, but you also have to be the ice. You know, the trade is really uncomfortable a lot of the time, so you gotta be the ice and really just let the storm hit you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the S&P bounced right off that line. Look at that. S&P bounced right off that line, right off my very critical line, and it bounced off that line a couple of days ago. So yesterday morning.
Here you got a good question here.
Yeah.
Pookie says, Tone, what do you think gold will do? Will go down with the stock market as it crashes, or do you think we'll see 2,000 gold price?
I think we will see 2,000 gold price. I don't believe gold will crash with the stock market this time. I think when a crash in the market is on wave 2, and that's not an indication that Tone likes Elliott waves. When there is a second dip in the market, in the first dip, everybody panics and goes to cash. In the second dip in the market, people look for other trading opportunities. And I think gold's going to be one of them. So I don't see, it's possible. Anything's possible, guys. But a stock market crash this time around, I believe, will send capital into other markets. And gold is one of those primary markets to send capital to. Yeah, I'm watching the S&P carefully here. And here's the daily cash market. So on the S&P holding the 50 period, but I think it's going to crack. Maybe not today, but Monday or Tuesday.
Just a couple questions just to answer there. Ash C, I trade on generic and AmericanExchange.com. And Photono, so Tone, this I think would be something that you can hit too, because June 26th contracts are expiring. So is there any thoughts on backwardation with the contract expiring today?
No. So the contracts, well, the options, I know for the options, max pain is 9,300. So Bitcoin closing today at 9,300 would cause the most amount of losses. But closing a few $100s off that is not that much of a difference. We're talking like if it was $1,000 off, that's a huge difference. No, for futures, it's irrelevant on expiration day. They all line up. It's all about the next contract. It's all about the Julys now. So you want to see, is there a backwardation? Is there contango in Julys? For the expiration one, it doesn't matter, dude. Like 1 minute your trade looks good, the next minute your trade looks not very good. So on this minute, your trade ain't looking that good, Joe. But that's trading for you. So far, so good. See, there's spiders everywhere.
Spiders everywhere, yeah.
Let's see. I would still have that stop loss in blue. That's what I would, if I was a short-term trader, I would almost want to raise it. And now that it's been a few more minutes, I would be raising the stop loss slowly. I am not very confident in the continuation of this bounce. And that's why I'm raising the stop loss. If it keeps going up, great. But I'm not that confident. And that's mostly because the 4-hour and the daily and the weekly are all pointing to things getting worse, not better. But on a short-term time scale, this can certainly go to 91.50 or higher. Back to the S&P. S&P is holding this candle. Now the 10-minute chart in the S&P is still saying potentially more downside, but it's going to get exhausted soon. The daily S&P looks absolutely horrendous. But there's only so much you can fall in one day. Granted, a few weeks ago, we fell quite a bit. We fell 200 points a few weeks ago. Today, I believe we're falling less than 100 points. So yesterday's close was, yesterday we closed at 30.85, which was kind of insane. We closed at, let's say, yeah, 30.85, I'm gonna round. And today we're sitting at 30.24. So that is a 60-point drop. 60-point drop is not that bad compared to what happened a few weeks ago when we fell a full 200 points. Now we're at 30.21. I think a 100-point drop today is reasonable, but not more than that. So I am looking for a close today in the vicinity of 3,000 as a worst case scenario for the day. And that would be interesting because if we challenge the prior low close, that is very, very bearish for the market. The prior low close is 3,002 exactly. All right.
So we're up to a good move here. 212 likes out of 986.
Your daughter was looking for you. She wanted to like go somewhere with her friends, but she needed permission. So I don't know what happened there.
Thank you.
So things are looking good. Good to see a lot of familiar faces here.
All right, guys. Hey, look at that. Pouncing up again. This is, again, this is why I would raise my stop loss. If the next candle is a bullish candle, I would raise that stop loss all the way to the current candle's low. And I just keep raising my stop loss until I become very comfortable with the long trade that doesn't stop me out. Right now, my stop loss would be somewhere in this vicinity.
I'm thinking about exiting here soon, but I have a feeling if I wait about 4 to 6 more candles, I'll get my payout. So I just, you know, market's looking okay.
Yeah, you had 3. I'm looking at his phone.
Yeah.
Can we like zoom in on that a little bit? I can show it to the camera.
We can do something like that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna stop that, and now you can put the phone up to that camera, and then they can see it. So those white lines are Joe's order book stuff that told him that selling is exhausted and potentially good buying. So you bought on those last 2 white spikes. You bought on not on the first white spike, but the second white spike, and then you doubled down on the next white spike. So the 2 bottom low white spikes that you see there, those are Joe's order book signals to get into the market. So you caught a nice low.
For now. It's only a good trade if you get out in the money.
Yeah. All right, so we can stay here a few more minutes. I'm just under an hour in, and we'll take a look if Joe gets out of this trade with a profit. And look, it's slow and steady. You can laugh and say, "Hey, Joe only made $100 or whatever you'll make, probably more than that." But you don't know the size of that position. The size of that position could have been massive, even at 2x leverage. But as you realize, the more you trade, that it's really, really important to keep that, to trade again, to trade another day. And a trader that could make consistent $100 to $200 a day returns will have a monster account 5 years down the line, where now he's making 500 a day, and then 1,000 a day, and it scales nicely as long as the strategy scales. These are all the things for the money management workshop. Again, quick plug for the workshops, intro trading and money management and leverage management. And also, if you guys want to support, please check out the affiliate page where Joe's Trader, we're going to talk about this tomorrow a little bit. We're going to pull it up and see. Let's go back to the markets. I'm in the S&P trade, which is rebounding right off that damn line. Shoot. I'm still going to hold my short. I still think people are going to panic this Friday, and we'll see what happens. We'll really see what happens. And the Bitcoin, what do we got? Looking good, Joe. Looking good.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at that.
there we go. There we go. There it goes. All right, now it's time to get ready for that exit.
You gonna get ready for that exit? There it is, 91.20.
Here it's coming.
I wouldn't even rush.
This is a 50% take profit for me.
You got it already?
I just want 50% off the table because I don't really want to deal with worrying too much. The video's not going to go on much longer. Yeah. Limit exit. I'm gonna get out. Wow, this thing's moving nice. 91.20. This is the pump that I'm talking about. When sellers get exhausted, they run through a lot of liquidity, and that creates a massive ratio discrepancy.
Boom, there it is. 91.72. You wanted to get out 91.60, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting out. I'm getting out in full actually at 91.60. Let's see here.
Yeah, you're there. Though you're on the futures market, so I'm not sure how it correlates, but the cash market on Bitcoin hit 91.72. See, it's also a lot harder. Like Joe is here on a stream. He doesn't have his laptop. He's on his cell phone. He's talking to you guys. And this is the challenge with trading. Because if Joe screws this trade up, I'm going to get yelled at later. So he's supposed to be in the cabin trading. And this is the challenge. And a lot of people that are watching us, you guys like to sit there and complain that if Tone knew how to trade, he would be trading and not streaming this. Like, I'm not trading at all. I'm not even logged into my account. And what you want is an impossibility. So a person that is a very good trader, the last thing he cares about is helping you. His job is to trade. His job is to make money for his family. So when someone like me comes along,
exited.
Joe's out.
Out in full in profit.
Out in full with a nice profit. 91.60. I see it on his phone, 91.60 and a half, and there it goes to 91.71 and higher.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful fucking convergence of signals there.
Right. So great trade by Joe, absolutely excellent. And even though he's on a podcast with a cell phone, which is not how you're supposed to be trading. But that's what happens. And the way Joe got to this position is that he stopped listening to other people. He came up with his own strategy, and that's what he follows. And he doesn't care what other people think about his trades. He trades his own strategy that he created, which is the greatest way to trade ever. And I will never, ever recommend anyone to follow. You follow yourself. You learn how to trade. You come up with your own plan. There is infinite number of trading plans that you can come up with. So no two people ever have to trade the same way. And I always encourage people to come up with their own idea, their own plan, and you will never be a better trader than trading your own strategy that you come up with. And that's exactly what Joe has done. All right.
So not really too many more questions. What money management workshop was, I'm assuming, Tone talking about? Money management is something that's like probably one of the most important things that I didn't learn first, which I think everyone should probably learn first. So Tone, yeah, if you wanted to pull that up again.
Yeah, so I have my money management workshop right here as an on-demand video, but I don't recommend anyone buy it. I should probably take it down off the site. I don't want to take it down off the site because I don't want to encourage you not to learn money management in the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, because I'm reteaching this and I'm going to reteach it more properly. So this is what Joe's talking about. He's seen this video. It wasn't, I'm not very proud of it. It's better than nothing because of how important money management is. So no matter how crappy this video is, it's important information. But I am redoing this and this as a single workshop. And then these two will get replaced by the new video. That's going to be this one here. Risk, leverage, money, and position management. It's unreasonably important. So that's what Joe's talking about. And by the way, just because I don't care where you learn your money management, but you have to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter where. Like, you have to learn it. You can be the greatest technical analyst in the world. If you don't have good risk money management, you're going to blow up your fund. You're going to blow up your account. Everyone does it. Like I don't think I've ever met a successful trader that didn't like lose his entire trading account when he was in his early 20s. I know I've done it. Did it twice actually when I was young. All right, let's go back to the charts. S&P's pumping too. Bitcoin still rising?
Yeah, this is kind of where
Do you see any sell signals?
I'm gonna check, but I wouldn't expect a signal up here just yet. I would think that if we are to get it, I have some midterm swing shorts already, so this is just a trading account in and out of positions. But let's see here. It doesn't appear that we've had any signals. I'm just going to take a quick look at the book. And yeah, it doesn't look like we'll get any signals anytime soon. If anything, we'll get a signal after a bit more of a extension, probably into the 92.60, 92.50 range, if we were to make it that far. But we have a buyer chasing the book at 91.50 with 100 Bitcoin. So he's trying to prop the market. Someone's trying to instigate buyers. And if he can't do that, then this thing's coming right back down. But I don't like to short that. I just trade my signals. I've made them for a reason. I want to trust something other than my gut. And I'm just going to let this ride. I already have plenty of short exposure on other accounts.
Yeah, so Joe has higher level trades on higher level time frames where he is short. You've been short since 10,200, right?
Yeah.
Right. But that was a short scalp to the upside in a separate account. And Joe gets the signals from TRDR platform, which he advises and helps build to what he needs for his trading. And we will show this probably tomorrow. I just clicked on it. So you can go ahead and go through that. All right, I don't want to promote too much shit. Okay, here we go. S&P is really pumping. Damn, that sucks for me. That's okay though. Let's see how it all ends.
This might full retrace. This is crazy.
Well, yeah, I should probably get off the stream so I can manage my trades because I can't manage my trades. I'm gonna open up my broker on my phone because I'm in the S&P. Well, I'm in a major S&P short, so it's time for me to open my broker. But we do have to get off the stream soon.
I'll take over for a sec while Tone's checking that out. I want to say thank you to everyone who's already supported the channel by hitting the like button. We got 993 watching. If everyone wouldn't mind taking that extra effort to subscribe and like, we are thankful for the love, thankful for the support every time, and thank you to everyone who's already hit that like button. Much love to you all, and of course, it's great to see so many familiar faces here. So I'm thankful to be here with Tone, and happy to see so many of my friends over here too in the chat. So
that's how much I'm up today.
Okay. Well,
I can't show the screen because then I'm going to show my entire like retirement. I'm going to show my retirement account, how much money I have in there and stuff. But I'm showing it to Joe, my P&L my P&L for the day.
That's clean. It's got to get better. I have a feeling this is going to full retrace, and it's already starting. Yeah, I think this is a full retrace. The bull it's a spoofer trying to run the book higher. That's all it is. And when you have a spoofer trying to run the price, they're going to pull the second that they're in danger, and then price is going to completely flush back down. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not short.
But I think that P&L was several.
It was red.
It was no. It was a lot higher down there. I mean, I have a very leveraged position here, man. I think it was significantly.
I'm feeling pretty confident
higher
in the full retrace. I think you're going to get
bottom.
This thing really doesn't. It's a dud right now. If this thing holds, it's not going to be held by legitimate support.
Yeah, I'm actually not happy with this right now. Like my time decay is massive. I'm really like the S&P really. I really need the S&P to close below 3,000 today, and then I'm going to be exiting at the end of the day. I don't want to hold this through the weekend because if Monday is another stupid up day like yesterday was, my position starts to get screwed. So I'm going to have to make some tough decisions around 2-3 p.m. Hopefully the market is making new lows around 2-3 p.m. and then I'm either going to just take profit, get out, or roll my option expiration forward and stay short. I can always do a combination of the two, take half profit and roll the other half forward, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. assuming I have my laptop with me and I don't just hang out and drink tequila with friends and smoke cigars with other friends. All right, guys. Interesting times. We're pulling back slowly here. Good trade, Joe. Definitely got me on this. Joe's going to have the big advantage in our trading competition at the financial summit. I'm going to have my work cut out for me. I may have to, you know, get some practice in by trading for an entire month Bitcoin on 5-minute time frames in order to prep for the 6-hour trading contest that we're going to have.
Who else is definitely coming?
Well, we have
assuming things go well.
You know what? This event would probably be sold out by now if it wasn't for COVID. We're not even taking registrations right now. We want to wait until like maybe next month. But right now, like the event is already half sold out because we have to cancel the Dominican Republic, and everyone that registered for the Dominican Republic transferred to the Bali event. So we're already halfway full on this event to begin with. So, and a sellout is like 30 seats. So we're already like halfway there. If it wasn't for like COVID concerns, this thing would have a sold out logo on it already. I mean, Ugly's coming, Willie's coming. So, I mean, almost everyone from last year, everyone wants to be back.
Oh, okay, cool.
So almost everyone from last year, we added a few funds. There's like 3 more funds that will probably be added here shortly. Yeah, COVID is the only thing that's preventing this thing from selling out. That's it. And it's going to be sold out for the next decade. Like I have no doubt in my mind. That's why we need more of them. We need to like 2 or 3 a year because otherwise it's just straight up sellouts. All right, retracing a little bit.
Do you want to answer what platform you use to short or long the S&P?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a platform, it's a broker, right? So in the world of traditional trading, you have brokers, you don't have exchanges. You have the New York Stock Exchange, you have the ICE exchange, which owns the New York Stock Exchange, you have the NASDAQ exchange, you have the BATS exchange, you have all these exchanges, but guess what? You're not allowed to have accounts with those exchanges to trade on them. You have accounts with brokers. Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, which owns Thinkorswim, Options Express, Interactive Brokers. I am with Interactive Brokers now. TradeStation is a good one. So Interactive Brokers and TradeStation are probably, and Thinkorswim are probably the top 3 most popular brokers. So a broker is basically gets you trade through a broker and they buy it for you on the exchange. It's a very good, organized, regulated system. So I trade on Interactive Brokers. I used to trade futures, but right now I only trade in my retirement accounts for tax reasons. So all my profits that I just showed Joe my daily P&L for the day because the market did drop and I'm short, and all of that is completely tax-free, even at the exit, because I trade in something called a Roth IRA. So all my profits are tax-free, even when I withdraw it when I get old, or soon. And that's kind of what I'm doing.
Just so we know, as far as that full retrace is concerned, the spoofer has dropped from a 170 Bitcoin buy wall at 9150 down to 83, 85, 88. So this is really showing that this is clearly a spoofer. And I think now that he's getting put up to the test, if that 9160 aggregation fills like it's starting to, that's going to put a lot of pressure on this guy, and they're going to pull, and it's probably going to run the liquidity right back down, liquidity sweep right back down. So this is, I think you're going to get that full retrace. Bitcoin is known for those, and of course it's really correlated with the SPX.
I'm going to delete all those lines just so I can go back to the 4-hour chart. Remember, the 4-hour chart,
wow, what a freaking,
is looking pretty bad. Even though this candle has rallied, you still have 45 minutes to go. And if this candle goes back and closes back at this line, that is very bad. I am not walking away from that red line that I drew. That red line is still intact. Maybe it's a little steep. Maybe it shouldn't be that steep. But that red line still holds. We have come down. We have hit support. We bounced from that support, but we did not even come close to the prior swing high. So this is creating sufficient momentum to drop you sometime later tonight significantly down. So all the higher level time frames are still screaming, you have a problem. This is still a red 3 closing as a new monthly low as of right now on a daily. Of course, it has to close here at the end of the day. So there are still lots of selling pressure on Bitcoin from the 4-hour perspective and all time frames beyond 4 hours that are higher than 4 hours. S&P is starting to retrace. If the S&P breaks the 3020 mark sometime before 1 p.m., that is nasty drop down into end of day. So that's what I'm looking at as well. The counts have reset, and that bodes well for more downside. And I'm gonna take a look at my account. Yeah, so like I said, look at that. Like I have a massive leverage position, massively leveraged position. So the difference from here to here, this difference in the S&P, I'm showing it to Joe, he can validate.
Yep.
The difference from here to here is again, I don't want to say, but
significant.
Significant.
And here
So,
it's dumping. They're correlating right now. Super. They're just tied at the hip right now.
So
this is unbelievable.
If this thing falls anymore to like down there, then
I mean, if we're using Bitcoin to predict the S&P 500, let's just imagine how crazy.
I like doing it the other way. I like to use the S&P 500 to predict Bitcoin, but
they're like doing the same exact thing. I've never done a show where I've been paying attention to both on a small time scale, and they're literally just doing the same thing. One's taking one step and the other one's following. Unbelievable. Really exciting, actually. 9150 has now been claimed by the bears, so that was a spoofer, and yeah, that's the full retrace there. That's what you get when you get a spoofer trying to catalyze a series of market buyers, and he fails or they fail, and then you have no liquidity now. This thing's going to come back down. Damn, that's going to grow, man.
Yeah, I really want to watch this go down.
Yeah, I think it's coming, dude. It was just a spoof for propping the market, and now sellers are going to pounce on that.
I'm happy we have because I'm running this off my cell phone hotspot, so we're getting pretty good signals here.
Yeah, this is all kind of improvised work. Yep, that's looking good. And it's moving fast. There we go. The full retrace is here. There it is. Just about. We're a couple inches away. This is looking good. Looking good for you, for sure. What a play. What a play.
All right, Bitcoin. There it is. See, that's the 4-hour chart.
Yeah, it's filling it up. That's that full retrace coming back.
Good trade, though. I'm impressed, man.
Thanks.
There's nothing wrong with scalping as long as you have, as long as you're following rules and you're not guessing. Man, how far have you come from like guessing which way to trade to having an actual structure?
Well, I'll tell you what. Years. I just learned bits and pieces. I remember money management was one of my last biggest lessons that I learned, and I actually learned it from Ugly Old Goat at the Financial Summit. I'd heard the word thrown around a million times. I knew about it, I knew of it, but I was a fucking cowboy. And people taught me, like, look, it's about the long-term picture. It's about making consistent gains over a long period of time. So yeah, it's completely different, the trader I am now versus the trader I was 3 years ago.
All right, I really wanted to watch this fully retrace, but I think we got to get going, man. We can't be on here forever.
I'm out of cigar. I need
another. He needs another cigar. It's a little too early for me to start drinking, but we're going to be on a panel, and I got to recharge all my shit so that we can maybe record the panel or stream the panel. We will figure that out. Hey, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you want to support, check out the affiliate page. We will go through Trader tomorrow, probably with my own account on Trader. And those that are interested in learning technical analysis and money management, those 2 workshops are coming up next month. Other than that, that's pretty much it. There is a free resource on learning how to trade in the education section, Learn Trading. I need to update that. Once I'm done with all my slides for these 2, I'm going to update that section. I do want to try to give away as much as I can and make it as cheap as humanly possible for others. All right, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your trades. And I'm going to try to bring the news show again next week and law show as well. And we'll come back with those. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you all on the next one, guys, coming to you live from PorcFest.